I've been seeing so much about mixtape. I've given a bit of my feed, my 2 cents about it, because as a millennial, I don't relate to most millennials because my go-to was anime. I cared nothing about music. Mine was anime, movies, books, manga. That was my go-to. But yeah, mixtape is a cancer. This is Fleekazoid.
Pimps, can I be honest with you? I've got game movie fatigue. Year after year, we've got these game movie writers churning out some game movie slop, and I'm sick of it. First, they came for the AAA slop, and I said everything. Like, really, you could not shut me up if you tried. Then they came for our childhood, and I started a war. I'm about to tear mixtape apart in a few minutes. I don't care what they say. Let those game movie actors watch. I like that. Now we've reached the last bastion of gaming. Indie. This was always supposed to be your safe harbor from AAA garbage. For years, people have said, well, if you don't like AAA games, just go play indie. Well, what are you gonna do when they just brute force their way in here too? Well, now you don't have to wonder anymore. This game movie bullshit. Now they want you to applaud their billion-dollar indie game like they did something special. But hey, maybe I'm just being jaded. Let's take a look at a special moment from the game. Come on.
Oh my gosh, not this moment. Not this moment. This isn't a game. This isn't a game. The funny thing is there are games out there which are more representative, like what is it? The Tales, the crap. I always think Rain, Black Rain. Is it Black Rain? Whatever it is, there are so many stories which are kind of like films, but you make a choice and then it impacts what scenes will happen later and pieces of dialogue will happen later. Even though it's still like a film, what you do matters. In this game, the only thing you do is you use the analog sticks to, well, mess with tongues, to pose against a friend during a photo op, to move cassette tapes around and knock stuff about. That there's really no game there. There's no game.
Well, let's give it a shot, guys.
Jeez. How is it indie? It's funded by Oracle CEO. The project is led by his daughter. Yeah. It's not indie, but it falls under the indie category because they made a very concise, short movie game, or well, a film where you push X to play several times, not where hit X for this response, hit Y for this response, hit B for this response. Not that kind of game. It's a game where you hit X to move to the next cutscene, and then after that cutscene you hit X to go to the next cutscene. And then after that cutscene, you use both analogs to tongue battle. And then after that tongue battle, you hit X to go to the next cutscene. And then there, you use the analogs to take a photo with each other. And then you hit X to move to the next cutscene. That is literally, there's nothing there. Absolutely nothing there. But they were willing to spend millions of dollars on the soundtrack. You remove the soundtrack, there's nothing.
That's it. No more shots for you. I gotta take as many shots as I give. My liver can't take it anymore. Which reminds me, have you ever seen a MILF shake? Well, you can at the link below. This was the only safe for work product. Be sure to use code PIMP to get 10% off. Seriously, I don't know how many more of these game movies I can take. At this point, it's not like anyone even takes IGN seriously anymore, but they've got enough money to annoy me on a daily basis. Some random freelance writer slaps a 10 out of 10 on this, now I gotta talk about it. So let's talk about it. Mixtape is a game that's supposed to be indie, you know, despite the fact that they've spent more on licensed music than most games ever make, because, you know, with such generous licensing fees in the...
Well, not only that is the promo packaging they sent out. The cassette players, the headsets, the mixtapes, the CDs, everything that they sent out. That was more money just sent to random influencers and random journalists and things like that, so they could write good reviews and be positive about it, than the game probably even made.
industry right now. Every scrappy solo dev should be able to pay 400 grand per song, right? And how can we forget about that indie charm of sending out expensive merch to all the reviewers and content creators? What, you think putting a gold bar in a goodie bag is a bribe? Well, it is. But they didn't do that. And legally, I need to make this very clear so that I don't get sued by this chick's billionaire father. I can't afford a lawyer. I'm a baller on a budget. You think they can't be an indie dev because their father is a billionaire? Listen, just because they've got a team of 30 people and millions of dollars backing them, that doesn't mean they can't be a scrappy indie too. Curb your prejudice. You people can't stand the sight of a young billionaire making their way out of the
So what do you mean, you people?
streets of their gated community. A billionaire that has more than nothing to work with. All the support money can buy. You don't know how hard it is to have this little to struggle with. We started from the top, now we're here. But I'm getting off track. Mixtape is not a game. Some people say it has gameplay, then show you this. I hate my dad. I asked for a Ferrari and got a Cayenne. This is supposed to be 90s nostalgia, but this story was so asinine that it's got me thinking maybe the past fucking sucked. Maybe we are living in the best times. That's how delusional this game makes me, and I'm tired of calling it a game. They keep cranking out these game movies that no one wants to watch, let alone play. These are failed Hollywood actors that devolve into game movie actors to pretend they matter. All these game movie actors just won't come out and admit it. You don't want to be a game movie actor. You're game for pay. So stop slapping around joysticks and go back to ruining Marvel movies. My culture is not your costume. Pride Month is early, sucker. Welcome to Game Pride Month. Twinkle, twinkle, star. And listen, I'm not saying these people are only in it for the fame. I'm sure they're in it for the money too. They're planning to have a theatrical release of the whole 3-hour experience. You know what doesn't have that? A video game. The only theatrical release happening this year is Street Fighter, and that's because Cammy has lore-accurate cheeks. Mixtape blew guys. Wait, sorry. Mixtape blew it, guys. So instead, they want every indie game award and an Oscar. Your greed sickens me. Listen, stories are great, but you seem to be forgetting that this is a video game. And the nice part about a video game is that after the cutscene, you get to play the game.
No, you get to hit X to continue the video. You hit X to continue the video. Like, again, this thing is a sheer disaster for what's gonna be coming down the pipeline for the future of gaming. The fact that this can get away with getting so many 10s out of 10s out of 10s, it's the perfect game. It's just not being well received by gamers because gamers don't know what they want. Gamers want to play something. Gamers, like I said the last time I think it was a Legendary Drops. Gamers like the struggle. We want the challenge of having a boss that we're constantly batting our heads against. We spend an hour just working on that same boss, getting the mechanics down, and then occasionally you finally chop down that health bar, only to find out that that was the first health bar, and then you have to get to the next health bar, that the next health bar has a shield on top of it, and the shield regenerates, so you have to find another new rhythm. And then finally, after spending an hour, 2 hours, 3 days, and you finally pass the boss, you feel so good about yourself, so accomplished, that you just want to keep going. Hit X to play. What do you feel? What do you feel from something like this? Oh, it's the music score. That's what it is. It's the music. But for someone like me who prefers to actually play something, music isn't that important to me. It's the music in the game. Like, I can listen to like scores of like Final Fantasy VII, from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, from the Elder Scrolls, from like, the background scores. I love scores. Songs? Well, we're never my specialty. We're never my specialty. For me, it's just like they play a song in this game and I'd be like, yeah, I think that came out when I was young. That'd be me. That'd absolutely be me. Oh my gosh. Why aren't we hearing much from Brie Larson these days? She was so funny when she used to open her mouth. Because by opening her mouth, she basically lost her career. But that's why we don't hear much from her. She's gone extinct. She's gone extinct. And then Rachel Zegler was the what is it? The future? No, where they're like the next version of the person. And she destroyed her career even faster. 3 films, all huge blockbuster films, all of which flopped and didn't make any money. She was in the Shazam 2, which I never saw. She was in the Hunger Games prequel, which I never saw. She was in crap. There was that song movie from Steven Spielberg, which I never saw. And Snow White, which I never saw. Never seen a movie she's been in. Who knows? Maybe she can act. Maybe she can act, but she's absolutely obnoxious, and people don't like that's why actors should stay off social media. But yeah, they destroy their own career. But yeah, the people want to play games. People want to have fun. People want to just get lost in something. They don't want to be pushed to narrative. They don't want to stare at something or listen to music, which is nostalgia bait. No, we just want to get lost in something. Gamers, people who watch movies, if people want to be stuck in the reality we're in, we have news for that. We can go to the news. We can go on platforms like X or Twitch or whatever if we want to get bogged down in the nonsense that is our reality. The point of escapist content is to escape reality, is to get away from our problems here on this blue orb, which we call Earth. We just need to get away from this. We need to get away from this, and people just need to start making fun experiences again. They need to make fun experiences, and we're going down the right path. Well, America is not going down the right path. Foreign media is going down the right path. Like Crimson Desert, Pragmata, Durandar, well, 1 and 2, I guess. Like, the entertainment is enjoyable, which doesn't come from the U.S. I mean, the last good thing that came out of the U.S. was Project Hail Mary. That was the last enjoyable thing I saw. And it's getting rare to actually find something good that comes out. Well, The Sheep Detectives, that was actually pretty good, too. That was pretty good, too. That's a rare one as well. But yeah, it's just getting worse. It's just getting worse.
I cannot play the game. It's not a game anymore, is it? I mean, I'm the type of freak that likes to game and watch. Call me Mr. Game and Watch. Game and Watch? Yeah, I hope they do. I had nowhere else to put this joke, so it goes here. Frick you guys. Anyway, were you really shocked by the 10 from...
Yep. And he forgot to do the yippee sound.
IGN? Were you really shocked by that rhyme I rhymed? This is a movie for failures from the 90s that still blame their parents for being born. The last indie game they played was Cuphead, and they couldn't even beat the tutorial. They're still...
I'm not gonna lie, that would probably be me. I remember starting the tutorial of Cuphead. I spent 30 minutes on it, and I'm like, I'm getting to work tomorrow. And I never got back on the game. It was that which made me because I played Dark Souls before, and I'm like, it was Dark Souls 1 I played, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not. Because I'm so used to actually doing something and, more of the Elder Scrolls type. So I was like, yeah, it's good, a fantasy-based game. And then I got Dark Souls. I died so many times. I'm like, I'm out. I'm done with this.
butthurt from that, so anything with gameplay is gonna get a lower score. Remember when they gave Crimson Desert a 6 out of 10 because they had to think? Look, we all know critical thinking isn't their strong suit, and sure.
Yep, that's me though. In Crimson Desert, I forget about the wingsuit all the time, or I forget which button I need to push. Or there's like a combination you need to do for like certain things. It's like, how do I lift rocks up out of the ground again? What combination? Is it clicking in the analog? Is it holding these two down? Is it like there are so many button combinations on the Crimson Desert? It gets so annoying.
People accusing me using AI, but you gotta cut them some slack. They can't even spell AI anymore. The lower the score, the better the game. And before people say it, I don't want mixtape to
wait. Lower the score, better the game. I want to see. Okay, so that's Bright. I forgot it. It's a Korean game. 10 masterpiece. 9, 5. Okay, yeah. So I understand these people enjoyed playing because they're games that you can play, and they got attractive people in it. And then you got these, apparently highly rated, and they're trolls. The people in them are trolls.
Lower the score, the better the game. And before people say it, I don't want Mixtape to fail. I hope they win every trophy at the Game Awards. That way they can melt them down and recoup their dev costs. Fortunately, these awards are only metaphorically worthless, especially when you see how Expedition 33 stole every indie game award despite having a shoestring $10 million budget, large experienced team of developers, and complete support of every gaming journo in the industry. With an ivory tower like that, poor Pizza Tower never stood a chance. What it also had going against it is that it didn't even come out in the same year as this. Who wrote this script? Damn, I did. What even is an indie game anymore? When I think of an indie game budget, I think of $100 to a failed Kickstarter. Not unlimited money from your billion-dollar daddy. Seriously. Mixtape is the billionaire's equivalent of giving an iPad to your daughter so she'll leave you the hell alone. All these companies heard we love.
You know, that makes the most sense. That absolutely makes the most sense. Imagine making it big. You work hard to build a company to become like one of the top richest people. I think one of the fifth richest person. And your daughter always just bugging you. Give her $250,000, $250 million, and go like, you know what? Be quiet. Be quiet for a bit. This is your allowance for the year. Figure it out.
Like indie games and are trying to dress up like scrappy upstarts. Can't wait to play 2026's Indie Game of the Year, Call of Duty 27. And I know I gave Mixtape the business, but I really love this game and can't wait to play it over and over again for the
He's got a gun to his head.
rest of my life. In fact, I rented out a whole theater so I could enjoy it fully myself. This fucking game. Who the greenlit this? And I told you not to use that picture. I gotta double check. Oh shit, we're still rolling? Thanks to the flock of pimps, the pimps have spoken. You're about to witness the biggest budgets that have ever graced the front of a shaker cup. Dropping May 28th, so the countdown starts today. Go bookmark it and mark your calendars for some great big jobs.
Yeah, the fact that Fleekazoid's on point. He's absolutely on point. That game is just gonna be a negative to everything that comes down later. It absolutely is. It's gonna be a massive problem. And those people who enjoy games aren't heard. And it makes no sense. If you want to make money, you pander to the audience. Because when someone is passionate about something, their passion can lead other people to be like, you know what, let me see what this is about. And maybe they won't play the game or be as invested, but they'll at least purchase the game. And it'll add more people and more purchases on the back end. But the thing is, if you're making something for literally nobody because you're trying to target everybody, or you're doing a nostalgia bait while having no actual gameplay there, it's just you're making something for nobody. You're making something for nobody, and the people who actually do enjoy games are getting upset because that isn't a game. It's not a game. It's a film where you just constantly have to hit the play button over and over and over again. It's like you open Netflix and you're binge watching a series, and then every few minutes it asks you, are you still watching? Yes. And then you get like a few minutes in, like, where they normally put a commercial. So like 10 minutes in, are you still watching? Yes. 10 more minutes. Are you still watching? Yes. 10 more minutes. Are you still? Yes. That's literally what Mixtape is. It's constantly being asked you, are you still watching? Because there's nothing to play there. It plays itself. All you have to do is say, yes, you're watching every now and then. And then the story will continue moving forward. X reminds why Elon cares about The Boys Final, a political broadcast that is just meh and preachy mid-show. Yeah, I never cared to watch it. I watched like the first 20 minutes of the episode, and I'm like, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. Funny thing is, I did the exact same thing with Game of Thrones. Everyone was pissed off with Game of Thrones. I wasn't. I was like, meh. It was fine. But people invested 9 years of their lives in that show. I binged it in 1 month, and I'm like, meh. It's fine. It fell off, but it's fine. Because I didn't waste so much time. People wasted, what? Is it 7 years? 7 years on, what, 4 seasons of The Boys? 5 seasons? Something like that? 6, 7 years? Only to be completely let down. Completely let down. Yeah. No. It's best to, when you can see the way that things are going, it's best to just wait it out until it finally comes out and be like, am I going to dedicate some time to this? I'm glad I didn't. I like, my brothers got invested in this show, and I'm just like, I'm not going to watch. I don't care. Oh, I seem to dodge bullets like that. But yeah, entertainment, especially in the West, entertainment, any form of entertainment, games, movies, shows, books even, seem to all be just very bland. And there's no substance to it. Like, you need to go to like anyone can be an author right now. So I literally go to like the indie authors for something actually enjoyable. Those big names, I don't really care for. Those New York Times bestseller, I don't really care for. These short games do exist. It's just a bad game. Steins Gate, yes, a visual novel is popular. Yeah. Or Steins Gate. Yeah. There are plenty that are actually enjoyable. I mean, Raji? It was called Raji, right? The Untold Story. I think it was Raji, the Untold Story. That one was a short. It's like a 4-hour game. And it's got like a bit of knowledge on the history. It's got like just stories on the weapons. It's got like a bit of stuff there, and it's got actual mechanics which you can play. But it's very concise, very short, and you get to enjoy a bit of it. And it has a very creepy storytelling animation because it has like the dolls that creeps me out. The shadowmation style that really creeped me out. But you can make things that are good, that are short, concise, give information, but you have to have people play. They have to play. There was no gaming mixtape. There is no gaming mixtape.
You guys got a video? It's so bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait like that.